Good morning, Pisces. Welcome to your general reading. My name's Clive. You're watching Emery's Tarot. Everybody's welcome. New viewers, new subscribers. You're all very, very welcome. It's my pleasure to be here and read for you today. The only message I have for you before we start is, I know this sounds like a broken record to regular viewers, but message is more for new viewers, new subscribers. Please take the bits that resonate, leave the rest. Okay, if you try and make it fit, this will just lead you to wrong conclusions. Okay, so without further ado, what's going on for the sign of Pisces? What's going on for the sign of Pisces? You've been struggling with somebody, okay? Even going back 9 years or so, there's a person here you feel has treated you more like an option than a priority. Now, I'm getting that there's family values and marriage values involved in this. Okay, for one or two of you, whether you're married or whether the person you're dealing with is married, there is news coming in about this situation. This particular situation that you're dealing with, this particular person, it does have the potential to, be long lasting, but the fact remains is that this person you're dealing with is very, very cautious. Okay, you do have a decision to make. There's a lot of different values between you and this person. I'm getting that you grew up in very different environments, very different parents, and even there's different religious beliefs for some of you. Okay, but you're kind of not letting it affect this, Pisces. There is some of you are married, I'm talking to, okay, but you're dealing with somebody outside of that particular bubble, or not talking, so to speak, but there's an energy outside that particular bubble, whether this is a child or whether this is another person that you've met, okay, and it's been a struggle. I'm kind of getting that, once this decision is made, there's no turning back. What else do we have? There's a lot of stress. I am getting news coming in. Okay, and some of you are struggling with a sibling. Okay, there is very definitely a lot of stress around a child, and for one or two of you, unfortunately, the energy of the child is coming between you and your spouse. Okay, this is just for the marrieds of you. Now, the singles of you, you could be dealing with somebody who is married, but you were brought up in a very, very kind of not really strict regime with your parents, but within a fairly tight bubble, and your heart is pulling to go in a certain direction. It's a lot of stress because it's in conflict with your parents. So there's a very, very important decision here. I'm kind of getting that you're trying to please everybody, Pisces, but this is one of those situations for a lot of you where whatever you do, somebody's going to be upset. And that's not all doom and gloom, because the universe wants you to grow. It wants you to learn about this situation. And what I'm getting is you are doing an awful lot of self-growth through this. Like I say, you are trying to please everybody, but within yourself, the truth that sooner or later you're going to have to let one of these situations go. Okay, it's down to a straight choice. This does sound like doom and gloom, Pisces, but it's for the greater good. Because at the moment, this is, not good for you. You are starting to stand in your power. Okay. The best thing about it is, you can dictate the way this goes. Once you make this decision, you can focus. I'm picking up a really great relief. You've been carrying a shoulder of burden 9, 10 years or even more for some of you. It's a very, very precarious situation, but the universe is sending you messages. Okay, and for a lot of you, I'm kind of getting that this is no real surprise, but this communication I'm getting is honest, truthful communication. Yeah, you've been shouldering responsibility. Now, whatever your situation, whether you're dealing with a child, a marriage on your side, their side, this is all about making difficult choices in relationships. And I'm kind of getting, Pisces, you have let things get on top of you. But it's come to a pinnacle point where you're kind of energetically, spiritually being forced, backed into a corner. All your worries and woes are about to be relieved on kind of getting through this decision that you make. It is very intuitive, but one thing's for sure, you are being incredibly self-disciplined. Now, I'm even talking to some of you who are dealing with two people. You know, some of you may be single, young, dating, and, you know, two people want to get serious, or one of them does, but you really like the other one. The same applies. I'm getting you. There's a difficult choice here. There is really a strong attraction between you and somebody. I'm talking to those of you now that where there's not children involved. You may even be married, but there's still no children involved. I'm getting that once this decision is made, you're coming into a very, very much happier lifestyle. There is something new here for you. As I say, there's a relationship here that does have the potential to go a long, long way. Now, some of you who perhaps dealing with divorce, either with you or the person you're dealing with, okay, there's divorce that's affecting this. There's legal issues affecting this. I'm actually getting for one of you, not all of you obviously, but for one of you, there is an impending court case and a decision here, okay, and I'm kind of getting that it's, in the sense, will be a decision from that if you make compromises, you will be able to go ahead, okay, and focus. You'll have to make compromises. You won't get everything. Everything about this decision from the courts won't please you, but at least it will give you a fresh start. So in that case, I'm kind of getting that for one of you, there's a decision here from the courts with the juvenile. They've passed responsibility to you. And you must decide whether to take responsibility or not. Okay, but for those of you who are not, that's just one of you. That's not all of you. Okay, but I'm getting for some of you, there's divorce proceedings here taking case and a fresh start. It's certainly a very, very intense situation, but one which you make a decision. There is a parting of the ways here. There is a conclusion to the past energetically, and for some of you physically. I'm getting here also that for one or two of you, you've met somebody new, and it perhaps includes legal reasons for immigration, which is going to take time, but there's a very intense relationship here that you want to pursue. Yeah, it's all coming to kind of like a climax here. Okay, You've been very, very patient. I'll admit there is a lot of work ahead of you, okay, but you will be able to achieve what you want to achieve. And this self-growth is all very painful for some of you and all very distressing, but there's a lot of self-growth. And I'm getting that you really can dictate the way this goes as far as your connection with the people involved. You know, with the courts I mentioned or legal issues that I mentioned, that is out of your hands. But you can dictate the way your path goes. I'm kind of getting a lot of you are dealing with somebody who was single and they didn't want to commit for whatever reason. They had obligations elsewhere, but like I say, perhaps they were married. But there is this coming together with the person that is, you know, giving you a lot of inspiration here. There's been a lot of conflict in the past. I'm getting a lot of moon energy here, a lot of fear on how to proceed or fear of the results. But like I say, things are coming to like a fiery climax. There is a judgment here, a decision. I'm getting, for those of you that are not dealing with legal issues, okay, this person is ready to come forward, okay, ready to commit on a certain level. I'm getting a good honest conversation here. Even on the work front, I'm getting the release of one job and perhaps signing a contract with another company. There's a great offer here, and it gives you more free time to spend with loved ones. But for a lot of you also, there is a situation here where this decision, like I say, is very restrictive, you know. And I'm getting back to the person where there's a judgment from a judge, okay, yeah, a judgment from a court where this person could be temporarily bound over given certain conditions, and it's a very, very restrictive condition, okay. But for a lot of you, even in relationships, there's a very, very restrictive situation here. This person could be married, they want to be with you, but for legal reasons they're staying married, possibly for money, okay. They're under obligations. It's very difficult for them, and it's going to take time for them to get out of it so that you two can be together. But a lot of you are taking control, okay. And for those of you that are in a situation where there's a domineering presence, I'm kind of getting you're taking back control of your life. You're gaining in confidence. There is somebody here, like I say, new. They want to be with you, they want to work with you, they want to support you. But there is complications before that happens. But I am getting here, it all leading to what you want, to the goal you're trying to achieve. As I say, it's going to take time. This is not going to happen in 5 minutes, but a lot of you, with a lot of work, a lot of effort, if you're willing to put the effort in, then you'll get your rewards. And I am getting a lot of you, you know, changing locations, buying and selling property, buying and renting property, you know. But there's a fresh start here. It's going to take a leap of faith, literally. But what I'm picking up also is where you were very restricted and you're going through this restricted phase, there is this kind of release where you'll be much freer. And you'll realise, I'm kind of getting that all this that you're going through now is worth the effort. Because on the love interest, there is somebody new here. Thanks very much for watching.